Hey everybody, Emeka coming at you from my self-published Blueprint, and in today's video, I'm sitting down with one of our students, Stahl, and he is coming at you from his dorm room. He's an engineering student all the way over in India right now, and we're going to find out about his Kindle publishing story, and that's coming up right now. Hey man, welcome to the channel. It's great to meet you for the first time and connect with you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It's my pleasure to be here. I always wanted to be on one of these interviews. It's kind of like my dream came true.
It's funny. We were kind of talking about that before, right? Yeah. When you watch, and I did the same thing, man. I used to watch all these success stories, when I was brand new, and it was like, oh man, that'd be so cool to get interviewed one day. Here you are. This is your time to shine. Your 15 minutes of fame. So let's have some fun, and let's kind of share your story and give some tips and everything for everybody watching here, and go crazy in the comment section as well if you have some additional questions. But first off, I do need to promote and talk about September 12th to the 15th. It's our self-publishers Cancun Mastermind. I'm sure you've heard all about it. That's this year, September 12th to the 15th. We have people flying in from all over the world. This event, it's our second annual. Last year's was absolutely mind-blowing, changed lives, changed businesses. And this year, it's bigger, it's better. It's just going to be badass. And, I'm stoked about it. And I know coming from India, it can be a little bit more challenging. As Suraj, I'm sure you heard about his story. But if there's any way we can get you there, bro, we'd love to have you there. But let's dive in and let's talk about how you started with self-publishing. Is this your first taste at the online business?
This is my very first online business. So the way I got started is that I watch a lot of YouTube videos. So I binge on all kinds of YouTube videos, right? And I do is I just like I work or do some sort of physical work, and I listen to YouTube videos with my headphones. So one day I come across I don't know if you know this this YouTuber, right? Refusing to Settle.
Bro, Clark, I love Clark.
Yeah,
yes,
I love that guy, man. So I saw his passive income video, right? And then he's just like, okay, I publish Kindle books and I don't have to write them. So I'm just like, I just take off my headphones and I'm like, what?
Like,
so I just go to his, yeah, exactly. So then I go to his Kindle publishing video. From there, I go to Kindle Money Mastery, and then I watch testimonials. One thing is testimonials, as far as I'm concerned, whenever I buy a course or something, I always look at the testimonials. It's always the testimonials that hook me in.
Totally.
Yeah. It's always and Stefan had a Indian lady who was making 4.5K.
Yeah, so the mother. I remember watching that one. Yeah, that was one of the ones that kind of did it for me as well, man.
Yeah, it's like I was thinking if she can do it, I don't know, who knows if I can do it.
Right.
So so I got started in June, right, with KMM, and
June of
then I came across
2018 of last year.
June of 2018. Yeah.
Okay.
2018. Yeah. So I had almost zero success with KMM, relatively speaking. I was making my first month, I made I think 70 cents or something.
Okay.
Of my first book, it was pretty bad. I was pretty sad. After that, I think.
What do you think went wrong with that? Kind of looking back at it now, what do you think you could have maybe done a little differently?
Oh, I was getting non-verified reviews. You know how he asks reviewers to get a review and stuff instead of a VA. That is really inefficient. So that didn't help me out. His whole method, honestly, it doesn't work that well now. But I found my most profitable keyword in my third book, which still I didn't know how to properly get money out of, because till I joined your course, basically, most of my books were only ebooks, and none of them were on AMS.
Okay.
So it was like, yeah. So I joined your course in September. First thing was that it blew my mind. I just went through the like the whole history of the group, saw everybody's success stories, any 10K person. I'm just looking like the oldest dates, like 2017 or something, and I see the
Yeah.
drive, and I see, how much money is flowing around. I'm just like, my mind was completely blown when at the end of October, everybody was sharing their royalties, like reports and everything. And I was
Yeah.
thinking, wow, like, okay, if I can make this kind of money, I'm set. Like, and then I just started doing paperbacks and AMS. And because of that, in November, I made my first $100. I was really proud of that. And then I reached $800 with, I think, the same set of books in December.
Yep.
And January is when I crossed my $1,000 mark.
Your first 1,000. So it took you from September to January basically to do your first 1,000.
Yeah.
How many books did it take you? Do you remember between that time
Uh,
period?
yeah. So with the blueprint, I think it took me like 2 books. Um, but like one of my books from before, which came on paperback and AMS, was also
Yeah,
like a pretty
started
big.
selling.
Yeah.
So how many books in total did you have in January?
I think I had like 7 or 8 books out.
7 or 8 books. Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. I just
Yeah.
did an interview with another student who had 8 books,
Yeah.
got his
Yeah.
first $1,000 as well. So
Awesome.
kind of neat to see that pattern there.
Mhm.
All right, man. So that's super exciting. Now, what was it like for you to hit your first 1,000 after your first month, bringing in a whole 70 cents? I don't even think that's enough to buy like a Coca-Cola or a
That's
Pepsi,
nothing,
right?
man. That's
But
nothing. Yeah.
once you hit your first $1,000, what was that like? Like, how were you feeling? What were the emotions like?
Mm-hmm. Quite frankly, I was like, my mind was saying another one. Like, let's do better. Like, let's do more. I got a bigger kick out of $100 than I got out of 1,000. Frankly
Right.
speaking, for me. And I think I'll get a great kick when I get to 10K. So that's what I'm just gunning at right now.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Now you're doing upwards of almost $4,000, right? Between $3,000 to $4,000 a month right now, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the difference been between the 1,000 to the $4,000 mark? Like, what have some things that you've been doing that has helped increase your income?
I would say the number one thing has to be that anyone who's publishing, right, they should focus on the basics. Always the fundamentals should be the strongest. So here the fundamentals are the number of books you have published and the number of high quality books that you have published. On top of that, when I got to say 2K, further with ACX and IngramSpark, I made the rest of the amount basically. I got over 3K with that, with ACX and IngramSpark. Yeah.
So you also are publishing all your paperbacks on IngramSpark as well, huh?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them. Perfect.
Yeah.
And that's like, I know for me, man, IngramSpark has been a life changer, and I've been doing that since like early 2017. But it's just been such a solid piece of my publishing income.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that for you as well?
I have. It's surprising. Like some of the books, they people just buy wholesale or something. It's like,
yeah,
it's crazy. It never normally it wouldn't sell that many paperbacks that quickly with AMS, but organically, perhaps because they have so many like distribution channels. Maybe that helps out. But it's great. I mean, people are missing out definitely. I mean, sure, it has like a startup investment and everything, but
you have to buy the ISBNs and stuff like that for sure. But hey, man, I think it's totally worth it. Like, it's just no brainer.
I love it, man.
I just got I don't know if you've ever ran a promotion. We're testing a promotion we did last month, and I just got the email today that they're promotional email thing went out. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know if there's going to be a good ROI because it's $85, but I'll know over the next few weeks, and I'll definitely do a video about that and update everybody. But
I'll definitely want to know about that.
Yeah, no, it's right now. I'm still like, oh man, did we just waste $85? But we'll see what happens over the next few weeks with that one book. So we're tracking its sales pretty closely. Mm-hmm. Hey man, let's talk to people who are maybe watching this for the first time and they're thinking about joining my self-publishing blueprint. Can you explain what it's been like for you going through the course, how it's laid out? What you really appreciate about it, but also more importantly, what the community and what the Facebook group has been like, because that I know you're very active in there. Share your experience with them so they kind of have a better idea.
Yeah. So let's start with the course, right? So it's like any beginner can do it. It's like really easy for any beginner to just pick up the course and start publishing books and get reviews. It's super easy to get reviews as compared to the other course that I was in. Then there are actually, I would say, 3 videos which can, really just skyrocket your income. Should I say the name of these modules?
Sure, man, go for it.
We got nothing. Yeah. So 3 modules, guys, listen closely, okay? One is bundles, right? Super important. Then there is ACX, and then there is IngramSpark, or like other publishing platforms, which include Draft2Digital and everything. That is like, you're creating a very strong moat around your books, kind of, because it's available in so many formats. You're capturing that different section of the customers, basically. You have a better advantage, and you can be more fearless now about choosing keywords. So that analysis paralysis also disappears because you have so many other ways to make that money from. Yeah. And then the Facebook group. Facebook group, honestly, it rocks. Absolutely rocks. You ask questions, you get answers back. Most of the time, Emeka always, gives a great answer. And what I feel like the most important thing is that apart from Emeka, there's a lot of 10K publishers as well. 10K publishers, I mean 10K per month. And these people, they have their own insights. And all this, you can learn from. And suddenly you'll also make, I don't think it's that hard. If I can do it, as I, say, I'm just a 20-year-old college student, man. If I can do it, then there is no reason why you can't do it. So, yeah.
It's awesome, man. Okay, let's give them some tips. Let's give these people a couple tips, maybe some of the mistakes you made as well, over the last few months, so they can avoid those as well. And
Okay, yeah. So my biggest mistakes came like at the early stage of my publishing career. So first one is you always do paperbacks and AMS. Always try it out. There is no reason to not do that. You never know what's gonna happen. And second thing I would say is, in my opinion, people should be relatively fearless about publishing in a keyword. If they, Amazon is so big now that even with that 100K BSR thing, even if it just like if it's like 150 or 200, books will still make money. I think the more fearless you are, the more money you will make. I genuinely believe in that. And as far as skipping keywords is concerned, I think instead of making books as a milestone in your publishing career, I think you should make bundles as a milestone in your publishing career, because bundles will truly gauge how profitable your books are in that particular keyword. If your bundle doesn't do well, then you can leave that keyword, start with a new one, stuff like that. But even then, it'll give a better ROI than not doing a second book and starting in a completely new keyword. So I always think about that.
You've noticed that you'll get a keyword and then you'll publish a couple books in it before you try something else.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, hey, man, thank you so much for sharing some of your insights and a bit about your story. And, I cannot wait to sit down with you when you cross the first $10,000 month, man.
Oh, man. I'm just waiting for that. I'm just gunning for it. I'm ready, man. I just need to get those books out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, man. Thank you so much. Hey, links in the description for everything we talked about. If you want to find out more about the Self-Publishers Mastermind or my Self-Publishing Blueprint, those are going to be the first two links right in the description. Till next time, everybody, I'm Emeka. We'll speak to you all soon.